Hi guys, Jace here and welcome to another vlog. We have got a few things to talk about today, I think. I'm just on an easy ride, level 2, nothing hard, going on the northwestern motorway in Auckland. And the first thing I think I want to talk about, because either that or I would be just talking to myself, and perhaps most people that pass me think I'm doing that already, is lockdown and the cancellation of events. Most of you probably that were doing the Whaka100 or Whaka100 know that's been cancelled and moved to the end of January, which is Auckland anniversary weekend, which is sensible in my view. They'll get a lot more people going and it should be a good weekend, apart from the fact that it's going to be pretty scotchy-o. And I think I did a ride last year. It was about 25 degrees on the same day, so it'll be around about that. So Tim, if you're watching, put in an extra bag drop just for me. I was also going to do the Gravity 2W, which was about 2 weeks ago, which was a week before the Whaka100. Probably not a sensible option, but I was going to do that anyway, just for a bit of fun. And there was one in December also, which I may or may not do, depending on if the restrictions are lifted. Also on the horizon was the Tanifar, which I think's in about a week or two's time. I'm not sure if that one's been cancelled or not yet, and it may still go ahead, just without those Auckland peeps that may have gone down to support it. Good luck to them if it goes ahead anyway. My next event is the Whaka100. Now, we are in lockdown level 3/1 in Auckland, which means we can't do too much. We may be in level 3/2 next week. If that is the case, then I hear Woodhill Mountain Bike Park's open on Wednesday. So that will be great for motivation. My motivation has been waning a little bit since the Whaka100 has been cancelled, and yeah, I had a kind of week nice and easy initially, and then tried to get some motivation to build it up a little bit, but it's still been pretty hard. And this week did an interval session yesterday, but no kid on a bike. Woo. I did an interval session yesterday, but didn't quite hit my numbers. I felt quite tired. Luckily next week I've got an easy week, so fingers crossed the motivation comes back. It's pretty hard once a race has been cancelled to push your training program out for about 3 months. Anyway, no doubt you've all had the same problem if you had an event cancelled, so let me know how you've coped with motivation. Now, I've had some exciting news. I've been selected to become a Tailwind Trailblazer ambassador for Tailwind Nutrition New Zealand. So I am looking forward to not having to use bars and gels anymore, and just relying on the fluid to get me around the big day. So fingers crossed I'll be able to do that, and fingers crossed I won't have any more of those gut bombs like I did on the Lake Hawaii Epic. As you can see from there, it wasn't very nice. And a link to the race above if you want to see me throwing my guts up even more. So thanks Trailwind New Zealand, should be interesting. The second bit of exciting news is that I pulled a pin on a new bike, a new down country bike, a new XC bike, whatever you want to call it, because I find I'm riding this Norco Revolver far more than I do my enduro bike. Now what have I got? Well, I've got a Specialized Epic Evo Expert. Now I couldn't quite force myself or reach the S-Works version because it was basically double what the Expert is, which is crazy. So I've got the Expert version, which is still good spec, XO1. It's got carbon wheels, SID front fork. But what I've decided to do is take stuff off the Revolver, the SID fork, because it's a little step up from the one I'm getting. Carbon handlebars, crazily it hasn't got carbon handlebars, and also the Axis Eagle kit as well. So I can't go without that now after having it on this bike. One problem I found is that my Axis seat post doesn't work or won't fit into the Epic Evo seat post, so I'm going to order one of those too. So it's going to be a pretty good bike. That spec isn't as good as the Revolver. The Geo is a little bit better, it's a bit lighter, it can fit 2 water bottles in, so that's pretty much basically why I've bought it, along with the fact that I originally bought this bike for the BC bike race in 2020, and it looks like I won't be doing that now until 2023, so which is crazy, 3 years on. But that will mean that this bike's about 2.5 years old, which by no means is old, and it'll still do the job, but it'll be nice to just motivate myself and have a new bike. So if you're in the market for a new downcountry cross-country bike next July, August, whenever my bike comes, in fact, give me a shout, because you'll have a nice Revolver with a new drivetrain, probably new brakes, new forks, Axis seat post. Actually, that doesn't sound too bad. I think I'll keep it myself. Now, I did get on the scales about, I don't know, a month and a half ago, which was about a month and a half probably after lockdown started. I don't know, it's been so long now, and you know, I was creeping up to the 78, 79 kilogram point, and my aim is, you know, to get down to 75 kilos. So, but I am 50, and the struggle is real when you hit 50. Let me tell you, it's not quite as easy to come off when you get a little bit older. But Fee has been on a bit of a health kick. She did have COVID right early on, week or two into the lockdown. No idea where she got it. She she wears a face mask all the time, even out cycling or walking, exercising, cleans her hands. Never been to a supermarket. I was doing the shopping at the time, so, but she did contract it. She suffered a little bit. She got pretty sick, and she's just starting to recover now, but she decided to go on a bit of a health kick, which of course has enabled me to go on a bit of a health kick. And now she's gone pretty much almost gluten-free, and eating more greens in the morning, you know, lots of greens and eggs for breakfast. I'm trying to cut down the alcohol. I found that I was creeping into bad habits, because that's easy, you know, the odd couple of craft beers, which are heavy in alcohol, heavy in calories, but they're nice. So I've just decided to calm the farm a little bit. Now I have such things as alcohol-free gin and tonic. Now I find I do have to replace it with something, so I'm replacing it with that. I'm still having the odd wine, don't get me wrong, but it's actually quite nice to replace it and feel great the next day. No kind of slight fuzziness in the head, so that's great. And the bonus was, I got on the scales this morning and I saw 6 for the first time in a few months, so 76.5 kilos. So the fight for 75 is back on, and I've got till the first race in the end of January to do that. Fingers crossed. Well, I think I've waffled enough for one day. Thanks for joining me on my ride. Please let me know how you motivate yourself in these times, what your next event is. What do you think about waiting until June for a new bike? Would you do it? And also, maybe you should put down a deposit for that new bike now. Give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and I will see you again soon.